Oh, welcome back to the series of lectures on microprocessor and microcontroller. Myself, Raja Kishore, Assistant Professor, Department of ECE, Mari Lakshman Reddy Institute of Technology and Management. In the last videos, we have seen the architecture of 8086 microprocessor, various pin configuration of 8086 in the modes of operation where 8086 will function like a minimum mode and the maximum mode. So in this video, we are going to be see about an addressing modes of 8086. When we are come for an addressing modes of 8086, so the addressing mode can be defined in two modes. There are two different way we can define an addressing mode. So it is nothing but the way of an operand is specified within an instruction, that is either an immediate operand or indirect operand and so on. In the other way, we can also define an addressing mode is nothing but the way of to access the variables, arrays, records, pointers and other complex data. So addressing modes are very important to understand the instruction set of the microprocessor. So in general way, we can say that addressing modes are nothing but the way of representing a source operand in an instruction. So it is called as an addressing modes. So if I want to represent a data, source data in an instruction, so we require an addressing modes. So let's see different kind of addressing modes are in 8086. So basically the addressing modes of 8086 were classified as a four major groups like immediate addressing mode, register addressing mode, memory addressing mode, input output addressing mode. So again, when you come for the memory addressing mode, again it is classified as either indirect memory or a direct memory address. So which is nothing but whether I'm taking the data directly from the memory or the memory is represented by means of a register. So that will be the difference between the indirect and a direct memory address. So when you come for an indirect addressing mode, again it has further classified as a five basic types like a register indirect, based addressing with displacement, indexed addressing with displacement, a based index addressing mode, based index addressing mode with displacement. So when you come for an IO addressing ports, again it has classified as a variable port addressing modes and the fixed port addressing modes. So these are the some of way we can able to differentiate the different type of addressing modes in 8086. Let us see one after another. So here there are defined as a, so these 12 addressing modes were classified as a groups. Like as I said that the first group is nothing but a immediate or a register data transfer. So as I said that similarly, so second group is nothing but a regarding addressing modes with the memory operation. If I want to do any such operation with the memories, so these kind of addressing modes, the following direct addressing mode need to be used. Then as I said that for IO port addressing modes and relative addressing mode with and implied addressing. Let's see in-depth details about what these addressing modes and how we need to be defined about these addressing modes with some examples. Okay, let's come for the first group of addressing modes, which is called as a register or immediate data addressing mode. So in that, what is the first addressing mode is a register addressing mode. So in the register addressing mode, okay, I want to be specify my source operand. I want to be specify my source operand within the register. So if you see an example, okay, move cl comma dh, where move is an operand and cl is a destination and dh is a source, where the source is defined in a register. So which dh is a register which defines some data within it. So now the a move cl comma dh indicating that I want to move 8 bit of a register data of dh into a 8 bit of a register cl. So this is the way I can transfer the, with an example of move I can say that this. And then if you go for an immediate addressing mode, So when you say immediate addressing mode, which means that first when you were discussing, we need to be keep in a mind that what is an addressing mode. As I said that addressing mode is nothing but the way of representing a source operand in an instruction. If I have remembered that, so these are understanding of these addressing modes are very easy. So if you take this example, so in immediate addressing mode, 8-bit or a 16-bit data specified as a part of an instruction, which means that here I am not taking any help of any register. Immediate data is data itself specifying within the instruction. If you say an example, move DL comma as 08H, where 08H is indicating a information or a data. So what that particular instruction is doing, the 8-bit data 08, the 8-bit data 0H is within given instruction is moving directly to the defined register DL. So you may ask the doubt in the below, you can say that I am using move AX comma 0A9FH, where a 0A9F is an immediate data which is moving into a 16-bit register AX, because we know that the 8086 giving a flexibility to programming for 8-bit as well as the 16-bit. So this is an immediate addressing mode. Then if you go for come for the memory access or a memory addressing mode, we need to know little bit about how the memory will be there, how when I'm transferring the data, how a effective address is calculated in the memory. So these kinds of the things we need to know. So we see what is that memory access. So if I have an offset value of a 16-bit, so segment register is providing another segment register, because already these things all we have seen in your architecture of 80. So these two registers having a 16-bit and 16-bit combined, okay, combine and generate as a 820-bit physical address. So if you see the yellow mark, whatever the zeros is nothing but we are appending a 4 zeros as a lower byte of your segment register, because as the formula saying that, so I can say that like this, segment register, so segment register into 10, okay, as I'm saying that segment register into 10 plus offset value is will gives your physical address or effective address. So here you have a question that arises, why is you multiply with the 10? Because actually segment register is a 16-bit register, so we want to be convert into a 20-bit, we are appending or a left shifting 4-bit or a 1 nibble for a segment register. So that's what we are doing here, and after that we are adding an offset value. So this is a method which follows to calculate actual physical address in case of when the want to be access any type of the memory. Why we are discussing here? Because I want to know the memory type of addressing modes. So this is a procedure, as I said, that how it will be calculated. 20-bit address lines can access up to 2 power 21 megabyte of memory. However, the largest register which we specified in the segment is a 16-bit register. So to calculate that actual physical address, so the formula which have written that is going to be used here. So then this is the thing. For an example, if I take 89AB is nothing but an segment register address, and F012 is an offset address. This offset address is maybe in one of an offset registers or a source index or a destination index registers, or sometimes base BX register can also act as a base register, and which can be holded this offset address. So as I said that 89AB is multiplied with a 10, so that 89AB0 is here, so it is added with the F012, so I got an 98AC2. This is an actual address where whatever the operation 16-bit data or 8-bit data is going to be stored. But in our program we are not mentioning this actual address, we are mentioning the segment address or an offset address. These two are mentioning as a part of an instruction. Okay, again I'm stressing here, we are going to be mention this offset address as a part of an instruction. So automatically it will take in which segment you're going to writing up your program, either code segment, data segment, extra segment, or a stack segment. Based on that, this address can be calculated. Who will calculate? Because in your bus interface unit, we have a address decoder or address computing engine. The main task of this address computing engine is to calculate a physical address by using a 216-bit addresses. Okay. So now we'll come to the second group of addressing modes or a memory, direct addressing mode. So in case of direct addressing mode, if I want to mention any data, okay, in direct addressing mode, if I want to mention any data which is mentioned with the help of a square bracket, here it is showing with the help of a square bracket. The square bracket indicating that where I am going to be, the square bracket indicating that I am going to be mention immediate value. Immediate register is want to be transferred into the BX register or a BL register. So this is a thing which is nothing but the square bracket are using to indicate another. Then we'll go for a register indirect addressing mode. In case of register indirect addressing mode, I am with the help of a register, okay, whereas within the square bracket I am mentioning, which means that with the help of a register I am going to be move a content into the CX register. So that is nothing but a register addressing mode. Then I'll go for based addressing mode. So here in this base, one of the base pointer BX or BP is used to represent your addressing mode, where 08 is nothing but a display. Because all these addressing modes are directly telling that the name itself implied that what it is going to be do. Because if I say based addressing mode, which means that one of the base registers, what are the base registers we have? A BX and BP, BX register and the base pointer, which are used to hold an offset address. So in the example, if you see move AX comma BX plus 08, what is that 08? 08 is nothing but a sum of the displacement which is adding to your base register and whatever the content inside that will be going to. So who will calculate? Again, address computing engine will take care about to calculate address of physical address, and whatever the data which is present inside that particular address is going to move into your accumulator. Okay. Then we'll go for indexed addressing mode. So the difference between the previous one and here is nothing but here we are going to be use of index register as a offset value. To store your offset value, I am taking care, I am using a one of my index registers. So I have a source index and destination index. These registers are used to hold your index, that is nothing but offset value. So here in the example, it is nothing but SI comma 0A to H. Again, I'm using a 8-bit of a displacement here. So why should I use a displacement here? So it is not required to use a displacement. You can use like move. I can write an instruction like without displacement move CX comma SI, or I can write move SI, which means that here I'm using my index register as a destination with pointer. So whatever the content which is present inside that is moving into your index register, one of the index. So these may also possible, which means that either I can denote this memory address or the source or destination index may be a source operand or a destination operand. Okay. Then we'll go for based index addressing mode. So in the based index addressing mode, the effective address is computed from a sum of the base register, that may be a BX or BP, and index register, which means that in this particular addressing mode, I am using both base and indexed registers as a part to calculate and physical address. So you can write like this also, which is nothing but use this as you wish. If you want to use a displacement, you can go for the displacement. If not, that who will decide, that is depends upon the programmer, how he want to be collect the data from the memory, whether with the displacement or without displacement, he going to be decide. So this is now with the particular example here, I am defining as a source operand. Otherwise I can use as a destination operand also, like that move square bracket. Why this square bracket means? Square bracket indicating, okay, si comma dx, where this square bracket indicating that, the square bracket indicating the specific address location. Without the square, it mentions either registers or. So this will move the content of a dx register into a corresponding space address which is calculated. Okay, then we'll go for another addressing mode, is a string addressing mode. So employed string operations, if I want to perform a string operations like arranging, sorting operations or anything, this particular addressing mode is going to be used. So the effective address of the source data is stored in SI register, where source index register, and the effective address of a destination is stored into your DI register. Some of the registers are used to calculate the base address of the source data in the data segment, and that is the destination data in extra segment. Okay, for an example, if you take move s byte, where move s is indicating a move a string of information. How much string? That is a byte of a data, 8-bit of a data is going to be moved to the particular destination register, either that is DI or ES. Then we'll go for a third group of addressing modes are called as an IO addressing mode. Whenever I want to be interface my processor with any input output devices, these particular modes of operation need to be used. So in that, if I take direct mode or indirect mode, is nothing but how the port address is defined in your instruction. If you take on the first example, the port address 09 is mentioned in the instruction itself. If you take output, the port address is mentioned as a for part of a register. So where the DX register is holding the port address of your data. So now what is the difference in and out? So when I am saying in AL comma 09H, in this particular address, whatever the content are in where the port 09 specifying, that is up to 8-bit. Why 8-bit? Because I mentioned destination register size as a AL. Otherwise, if I want to mention 16-bit in AX comma 1234H, so where 1234H is a 16-bit port address, where whatever the data which is there, that is moving to the AX. Okay, that is I am taking an input. Similarly here I am taking output, which means that I have already data is in one of my registers or somewhere. So that data is moving indirectly. Okay, the data is moving indirect manner with it. Okay. Sir, how to write instruction for taking direct addressing? Yes, if you want to take directly data out, mention the port address 09H comma BX. What is this means? BX having some data. I want to send the data to be one of my output device which having an address of 09. So that is the meaning of here. Similarly, how to take indirect manner? So if I take IN AX comma BX, what it means? So indirect BX a register which is holding one address location of my input device. Now that input device, whatever the data is moving into your accumulator. So this way we can going to be use direct or indirect IO addressing modes, and which will be helpful when you are going to be use any input output peripherals which are connected to 8086 microprocessor. Then a relative addressing mode is an again one group of addressing mode. Okay, which relative addressing mode tells that this will be operates, okay, whenever I want to be relocate, or whenever I want to jump from suddenly one location to another location, then I'll call those type of addresses For example, if I take JZ is nothing but jump on 0. Particularly this will be operated depends on your content of your flag register. So if my 0 flag is set, so I'll go for the some address location 0A. So that is the meaning of JZ0A. So the effective address of this program instruction is specified related to the instruction pointer by a 8-bit displacement. So that is the relative addressing mode. And then finally last mode is called as a implied addressing mode. So what is this implied addressing mode? In this instruction using this mode have no operand, which means that there is no source, there is no destination operands, only a mnemonic or an operation code only present. The instruction itself will specify the data to be operated by the instruction. So for example, if I take CLC, which means that I want to be clear carry flag. CLZ, I want to clear a 0 flag. So CLC stands for I want to clear some carry flag. So where I am not mentioning any source or destination operands here. So these are the different kinds or different ways of addressing modes we have. Okay, and if you for more details and for more examples, you can refer any website or any textbooks for more number of examples of these particular, and you can aware and you can know how to use addressing modes by writing your own programming in assembly level language. When I'm writing assembly level language, one of the instruction may be belong to one addressing mode, or the same instruction may belong to more than one addressing modes. Okay, till and till then you happy reading, and upcoming videos we're going to be discuss pin configuration of 8086 and other more details. Till then, happy reading and thank you very much.